Are you hungry, kids? That's the weirdest thing that I have ever tasted. What? But life is short, you know, and it should not be wasted. Snack life. 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 Snack life.
Welcome to the Snack Life Podcast. I am your host, comedian and food enthusiast Amanda Averill. And with me today is my very, very good friend and podcast producer, Andrew Hilary.
Hi, Amanda.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Not too much, just unmuting myself from the producer's chair and
you do every episode.
It's fair. Yes, but I'm not going to remute myself. I'm leaving the open line this whole time. It's good to be here in my house.
Yeah, it's really great to be here in your house too. I'm enjoying it. I'm excited to talk food and snack life with you because you, my friend, are a very food-centric person. So
I be
let's,
snacking.
Yeah, you be snacking. I mean, bitches be snacking, and you be bitches. So it's perfect. So here, let's give a minor rundown of some of the food-centric things that we want to talk about today. Number one, you fucking drive an ice cream truck sometimes.
I do drive an ice cream truck, yes. Unless you're the IRS, then those pictures are all taken on a green screen.
I mean, we're not saying that you make money driving this ice cream truck.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just be driving it around
that's my day-to-day car.
He's just trying to pick up some hot single moms. That's it. That's all. He's like, oh, that lady's got money because she's buying a strawberry shortcake bar. What's your favorite frozen novelty treat?
See, this is tough because as a violently lactose intolerant ice cream truck driver,
I said frozen treat. I didn't say dairy-based, sir.
Well, here's the thing. If I could eat this with no abandon, it would be the strawberry shortcake.
Fuck yeah,
that would just be my go-to. But here's the thing. In the body that I've been blessed with, there are some consequences. So I can't quite do that, especially when I'm driving around in a truck that, doesn't have a bathroom. So
I mean, you could make a bathroom in that truck if you really tried.
So my go-to, I like every once in a while we get some sour things in. I do like a sour ice cream, like a sour blue raspberry kind of a dip or something.
Ooh.
Sour green apple. We had, they have like the little character faces like SpongeBob or whatever.
Yeah, the Tweety ones that make Tweety look all cockeyed and shit. Love that.
For like 2 weeks last year, we had something from a show called Teen Titans Go.
Oh, I that's a DC comic.
Yeah, I have no idea what it is, but there's a green guy. Do you know the green guy?
Yeah, I know who the green guy is.
We had a sour apple green guy Teen Titans head, and it was so good. Except for the gumballs. You know the gumballs? They're terrible. It's the worst gum I've ever had in my life.
See, if I'm going dairy, strawberry shortcake all the way. If I'm going non-dairy, and this will get into a question that I have for you. It has to be like a cherry or an orange flavored Flintstones Push Pop. But it has to be the ones from childhood because they've changed. They have changed. There's something different about them now. And I just can't relate to it. It's either that or good old Rocket Pop, the red, white, and blue.
Oh yeah.
That was a delightful treat that I had recently. Whenever I was walking around a park, there was an ice cream guy, and I of course had to stop and get an ice cream. It was also a holiday, so it was like, oh fuck yeah, this is perfect. It was perfect and thematic. But what is a treat that they've changed the recipe on, or they've done something to that, or that they don't make anymore that you miss?
Are we talking ice cream or just in general?
Just in general.
Okay.
just generalities here. I mean, I know you miss dairy products. I mean, it's gonna be very obvious in this episode that
something happened. In childhood, I could eat an ice cream sandwich and not shit myself. But nowadays, they've changed, man. My favorite cereal was always Waffle Crisp for years. I love Waffle Crisp, and like Waffle Crisp is one of the only cereals that, like, I know all cereals have like some sodium in them, but like,
yeah, a little bit.
There was like a little bit more in Waffle Crisp. Like, it wasn't salty, but it was like there were undertones of saltiness in it. Just like it was. Waffle Crisp tasted like chicken and waffles.
Oh, okay.
And I fucking loved Waffle Crisp, and they stopped making it a while ago. I don't know exactly when. Also, in the subject of treats that no longer exist, I'm gonna bring a drink in. I'm gonna fucking
hell yeah.
I'm gonna split my
drinks
answer.
can be snacks too.
Tom Tucker's mint ginger ale is the best carbonated liquid I have ever had in my life, and it no longer exists. Have you ever had a mint ginger ale?
You know, I remember seeing them whenever I used to work in the grocery store like 20 years ago. And I definitely remember Tom Tucker. I definitely remember the mint ginger ale. Like, it came in like a 4-pack with like green glass bottles. I remember that, but I don't ever remember having one.
It is fantastic. Now, you can still get a mint ginger ale here and there, but it's like that fancy, expensive, like couple dollars per 12-ounce bottle. Like, this was $1 for a 2-liter. Like,
okay.
This, and it was good. It's so crisp and it's so refreshing. Oh my goodness. I'm getting a little upset about it right now. We might have to pause so I can go cry.
R.I.P. Tom Tucker.
Rest in power.
Now, this is another question. Do you find that there is a difference in beverages if you're drinking a beverage from like aluminum can, glass bottle, plastic bottle? I find that sometimes the flavors change, especially with this one carbonated beverage, which is Topo Chico. I find that it is way better in the glass bottle than it is in any of the plastics, because the plastics are now popping up at like 7-Eleven, convenience stores, stuff like that.
Is Topo Chico a seltzer?
It is a seltzer.
Okay, yeah,
Yes.
I don't really fuck with seltzers.
I'm just saying in general. Like
in general,
like
yes.
a beer, like even a beer, like aluminum can versus bottle.
I will say this. Yes, there's definitely a difference. And also the thing that I have most experience drinking is I've never been a diet guy, so just like full flavored soda pop.
Yeah.
And I don't drink a lot of it because like it's probably not good for you to drink that full unleaded pop all the time. But shut up. But I've noticed this very, very specifically with Coke.
Yeah.
Coca-Cola, you know,
Yeah.
I think they're a sponsor. Not yet. They will be. Coca-Cola.
If only they could be a sponsor.
From worst to best, this is how it's going to get. Worst Coke you can get, Coke in a can. Second best or second worst. Next best is Coke in a plastic bottle. Third best is Coke from Mexico, the made with real sugar Coke.
Yeah.
Number one Coke, McDonald's Coke, is so much better than all the other Cokes for some reason. I don't know what they do to it.
So
I think they do it with Sprite too.
I could tell you what the difference is. There's a difference because it's because they give them a concentrate and it goes through the machine. And also, how often are those machines cleaned out, you guys? This goes back to a previous episode where we talked about popcorn and how like I want my popcorn to come out of the dirtiest fucking popcorn machine.
Oh yeah.
I want some Fremunda cheese in my popcorn machine whenever I eat my popcorn.
I was on board until it was that kind of cheese.
It's the same. Well, that's because you're lactose intolerant, Andrew. That's why you can't even have the Fremunda cheese. But
okay, I think if I like, his lactose is only cow's milk. Like I can drink sheep's milk or goat's milk.
So you can have a goat. You can have a goat Fremunda cheese.
I think I could. Is Fremunda cow? Let's. You know what? Next question, please.
All right. Okay. So next question. We're gonna take this back a minute. We're gonna go another direction because we talked about how you drive an ice cream truck. Let's talk about another food centric thing for you. Your cat's name is Gravy.
My cat's name is Gravy. She was I think she was named like Rebecca or some bullshit whenever I got her from the shelter. And I was like, that's
she a Becky.
She is not a Becky.
Gravy,
she is not a Becky.
Gravy is not a Becky for those listening. Gravy is
also,
not a
no
Becky.
disrespect to any Beckys that may be listening. There's nothing
That's
wrong with
true.
that name, but my cat is not a fucking Becky, okay? She is multicolored browns. She's all browns. She's got no black, no white, all different shades of brown. And if you look at her close enough, she literally looks like if you have some beef gravy that sits for too long and starts to separate.
That sounds mean.
She's so beautiful. Yeah, I'm a big fan of cats having food names. My last 2 cats before her were Beef and Cheese.
Beef, cheese, gravy. Think you're building a sandwich. I think the next one is going to be called bread.
Well, actually, if Gravy did get a brother, it would be an orange cat named Biscuits.
Oh, biscuits and gravy.
Yep.
Oh man, that's good. That's classic. That's classic. I love that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Now see, what's your favorite type of gravy though?
I'm definitely going
other than your cat.
Yeah. I'm definitely going beef gravy, like a dark. Beef? Yeah, and I mean, don't get me wrong. There's definitely a time for chicken or turkey gravy. There's, if we're talking maybe breakfast or whatever, yeah, Sasha's gravy, it's good and whatnot. But like, there's something about like that dark brown beef gravy. It's so salty. It's so terrible for you. And I just, oh my God, give me it. I would probably take a shot of it if you had it right now.
All right. So which
room temperature?
Which do you prefer? Bitter, sour, sweet, salty, or umami?
It's 100% umami.
Is it? Because you've mentioned sour and you've mentioned like the saltier and the more umami flavors with the gravy. That's why I dove into that question so early in the show.
Yeah.
Usually I leave that for a little later because we've touched upon almost all the tastes.
Yeah. Now I do want to ask: is bitter and sour I feel like those are pretty close, aren't they?
Bitter and sour are categorized as 2 different things on your tongue. And that's the thing. Like umami was discovered the latest. That was discovered in like the early aughts, right? Bitter.
New taste just dropped.
Yeah. New taste, who dis? But bitter and sour were both like identified, and your tongue identifies bitter and sour as like a safety mechanism. So that's why I find it very interesting whenever people say like, oh, bitter and sour, those are my favorites, because it's like, oh, so your body just likes to live on the edge because you're looking to die. But bitter is different. Bitter is like, I always think of like bitter as a, like sour, like in a bitters, like with making alcoholic beverages, as opposed to sour, which is like Sour Patch Kid or,
I feel like I've never. There are very rarely things that are sour that aren't also sweet. Am I insane?
No, I think that there's a lot of balance to that. Like I think that we can say this without a doubt. Best chicken nugget sauce, sweet and sour sauce.
That's a good sauce.
And this is the thing, is that like they custom make the sweet and sour sauces they custom make every sauce at every fast food chain to match the flavor profile of whatever food it's pairing with. And like it's studied for years. So that is why I personally think McDonald's sweet and sour sauce is the best sweet and sour sauce in the entire world. But I cannot have that sweet and sour sauce with a Wendy's chicken nugget. It's trash. So I very much believe in that science.
Do you give little tips for your listeners? Is it okay if I maybe drop a little knowledge on folks?
Oh, you can give them just
quick?
the tip. It's okay.
All right, listeners, I'm all tip. Bad news. No, I've
Andrew, I don't think anybody expected any less from you.
So this is just a little hack you can do. Go to McDonald's, okay? Get yourself a McChicken, plain. Get a sweet and sour sauce. You've got a Hawaiian chicken sandwich.
Oh, that is a hack I've never tried.
It is very good.
You know what? I order extra. I sometimes order extra mayonnaise on mine because I just want to.
I love it.
I love it. I fucks with that extra mayo because that is the shit. Have you? Since we're talking McDonald's, have you ever? I know you know this question.
In my lane.
I know you know this question. Have you ever had a McGangbang?
I have had a McGangbang. I've had like multiple McGangbangs. I put a fucking fish patty on a Big Mac. I used to work at McDonald's.
I did not know this. Okay, all right.
Look, I made $7.25 an hour. When you factored in the amount of food that I ate over the course of each shift, I made like $45 an hour. Okay, I cannot believe I didn't die. I only worked there for like 3 months. For the listeners at home, a McGangbang.
McGangbang. Let's describe a McGangbang. Do you ever want to donkey punch your tongue with some McDonald's? That's a McGangbang. No, a McGangbang is, go ahead, Andrew.
What you're going to want to do, you're going to want to get yourself a McDouble and a McChicken.
Yeah.
You're going to just take the lid, take the top The bun. Take the top bun off of one of them. Doesn't matter which one. Let's go. You know what? Let's go the McDouble. Take the top bun and one of the beef patties off. Unwrap your.
Can I propose this?
Okay.
Instead of ordering the McDouble, just order a cheeseburger.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
The point of the McGangbang is to get one sandwich inside of another sandwich. It's sandwichception. So if you do it with a McDouble, you will actually have bun, beef patty, bun, cheese, beef patty, bun, McChicken toppings, bun, cheese, beef patty, bun.
See, but I've heard of a McGangbang as the chicken, the beef, and the fish, all three in one.
See,
I mean, everybody McGangbangs differently.
Look, like
you just
I said,
have to follow your heart with how you're going to McGangbang.
I've done it. Listeners, I would not recommend including the fish. I've tried it both ways. The fish does not need to be there.
I mean, maybe you just don't prefer a fish, and that is fine. There are some people out there who don't like fish.
Fuck with a fish. Are you kidding me?
Dude, their filet of fish is real good.
They steam the buns. It's so good. Have you ever been to White Castle?
Yeah, I've been to White Castle.
I just tried White Castle for the first time like 2 months ago. I'm almost 34 years old. First time in my life. Tried it.
Okay, so for the listeners out there are no White Castles in the state of Pennsylvania like at all. There's none here, let alone in Western Pennsylvania. So we have to drive to Ohio. But not like Youngstown, 1 hour outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. No, we have to drive all the way to like motherfucking Columbus or Cincinnati to find a goddamn White Castle. I once went on a 3-hour road trip to a Sonic. Whenever Sonic commercials first started coming out.
The commercials were like, yeah, I could drive across the state for this.
Whenever Sonic commercials came out in like 2003, my friend and I were like, where's the nearest Sonic? We're like, oh, it's like hours away in Ohio. And we're both like, fuck yeah. And we just did it. That is why I'm hosting a snack podcast.
You are qualified for this job, yes. When the movie Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle first came out, it's like, 2005?
Yeah, they're early aughts. We'll say early aughts because we're old as hell.
Yeah, I had this fucking idiot friend named Julio, and he was like...
did he live down by the schoolyard?
No.
You can kill me. You can edit that part out.
No, I'm putting reverb on it. But yeah, so Julio and we were stoned one night, and we were like, you know that movie? We should do this, dude. We should drive to a White Castle. So he got into his car and drove about an hour north of the city. And then we realized we did not know where a White Castle was at all. So he drove over the center median on the highway and just drove back, and we went to McDonald's.
I am so old that we map quested directions and printed them out.
It would have been the same time frame.
That's it. That's
we
just where we're at.
Didn't think to Google it. Or we probably would have Yahoo searched it in 2005. I don't remember what search engine I was using
I would have probably
then.
asked Jeeves, because Jeeves knows. So anyway, you went to your White Castle for the first time whenever you were 34.
Uh-huh. It's fucking gross, dude. It was wet. Everything was wet because they steam their burgers.
Yeah.
Like, I can deal with a steamed bun, but like the burger meat, it's all steamed together. It tasted terrible.
Did you get the chicken rings?
I didn't get chicken rings.
What did you get? What was your order? What was your order there?
I got 6 sliders and an order of fries, I think.
Okay. Do you crinkle cut? They got crinkle cut.
Yeah.
They got
it was so bad
cuts.
that I took the next exit on the highway. I was driving back from New York. I took the next exit and got food somewhere else.
Damn.
Yeah. I was like, and I was hungry too. Like, I was like 4 hours into a road trip.
Yeah.
Like, driving back, I was like, oh, I need to eat something. And I'm like, oh, White Castle. I've never tried this. And I tried it, and I was like, this is a crime. Why would they do this to me? Then I stopped at Wawa, and I got a meatball hoagie and some mashed potatoes, and that was great.
Wawa is great. I'm sad that they don't exist on this half of the state.
Yep.
But say lovey. We can't have a perfect existence. It's very sad. All right, so let's get into some more snacky questions here.
Ooh.
What was your favorite snack as a kid growing up? What was your favorite snack?
Like kid or like teenager? Because
do both.
As a teenager, I could eat like 4 Hot Pockets at a time. That was my jam.
Yeah, dude. I used to fuck up. What was your go-to Hot Pocket?
Ham and cheese. Ham and cheese.
Oh, see, I was a lean pocket Philly cheesesteak, but that was before they put the pepper in the Philly cheesesteak ones. Lean pocket Philly cheesesteak. Yeah, I want that mystery meat. I want that mystery meat in my mouth.
Oh yeah, I don't care what it actually is. If you call it steak, I will ingest it. Yeah, I'm not scared of anything. But people, I eat a lot of trash food. Believe it or not. And people are always like, do you really know what's in that? I'm like, don't care. Like
you had to pause talking to me earlier to tweet about the McRib coming back. So we know what kind of trash person that you are, okay? We know this. Everyone listening to this podcast, if you've not listened to any of the other podcasts that Andrew Hilary has done, go back and listen. You'll easily find that he was a trash person.
I have multiple times made my co-host almost throw up. She does not like hearing about the foods that I eat.
Oh, see, I love that. Are you okay? So, what was your favorite snack then as a little kid?
Little kid, I don't really remember is the problem. Like I was thinking about it too, and like I don't know. I've always been a picky eater, but I was even more picky back then.
But
like,
what would get you like hot and bothered if you were getting it in your lunchbox? You were like, oh man, it's Gushers Day. Oh yeah, like or like a fruit roll up, like something like that. Like what? Like I named 2 sweets, but
yeah, well, it would probably be something like that because like we weren't allowed to have that stuff really. Like very rarely would we get a snack. Like my mom would be like, just like she wanted to like not even to eat like super healthy like health food, but like not junk food. So like it would be rare that I would be allowed to, or that it would even be in the house. Like every time we go to the grocery store, I'd be like, let's get to Gushers. My mom would be like, dude, no, get a job. I'm not
You're
buying
like,
that.
I'm 5.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work. But you.
So like, I don't know. I would go crazy for like pizza or something because like we just didn't get it that much.
All right. But do you consider yourself now a picky eater, even though you've said that you were a picky eater before? Or do you think that your palate has expanded because you have traveled a lot, so you've seen like a lot of different shit, and you've had the opportunity to taste a lot of different things?
Well, I'm only picky with vegetables, and I'm not one of those people that's like, I don't like any vegetables. I like about half of the vegetables, and I love them. But the other half, I cannot eat. I won't eat.
What vegetables do you love?
I love tomatoes. I love cauliflower, broccoli, corn, peas, carrots, like so many different things. I love my favorite vegetable, baby bok choy. Woo!
Yeah.
That shit slaps. That's
have
so
you
good.
Have you had it from Everyday Noodles where they put that like glaze on it?
Is it like an oyster sauce kind of glaze? I haven't had it from there, but I've had that dish. Yeah,
no, theirs is the chef's kiss. So good.
Yeah. Well,
Everyday Noodles located in Squirrel Hill.
I've had
y'all
it
should
at
go
some,
there if you're in Pittsburgh.
I've had it at some shitty hole in the wall in Shanghai. So.
Oh, okay. So you had authentic.
Yeah. I'm sure Everyday Noodles is good.
It's the best we'll get in Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
probably.
yeah.
So.
Is that the place with the soup dumplings?
That's the place where they make. So Everyday Noodles is
it's like right across from Ramen Bar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyday Noodles is an Asian restaurant in the Squirrel Hill neighborhood of the city of Pittsburgh, and they make the noodles in front of you in the restaurant. Like you see them making them fresh, and then like they make them, and then it comes out to you, and it's nuts, and it's so good, so fresh.
I think I'm gonna get the baby bok choy there next time because their soup dumplings are amazing. I've tried a few other dishes from there, and like they weren't bad, but I wasn't super into them. But it's worth going alone just for the soup dumplings. So next time I'll get the bok choy. So yeah, so those vegetables I love.
What do you hate?
And see, this is why I'm a picky eater, is because I hate a few things that are in so many recipes. I fucking hate onions. That includes green onions, chives, scallions.
It's okay to be wrong, Andrew. It's okay to be wrong. I'm just going to let you know that now.
I hate celery, most peppers, water chestnuts are fucking disgusting. And I have that thing where cilantro tastes. It doesn't taste like soap to me. It tastes wrong. Like, do you remember being a kid and you would just like eat a plant in your yard and it has that like earthy, like, this is not a plant I'm supposed to eat taste, like a dandelion or something?
I never did that.
You never ate a dandelion?
I mean, in like a salad, whenever it's been like on a salad or on a dish, I've done that.
Well, I've eaten plants from my backyard, and that's what cilantro tastes like to me, except it is like overwhelming. Like if there's a tiny little bit, maybe in some salsa or something, I can get.
Or like if it's cooked down, but you can't do the raw.
Yeah. Oh, if it's if it's raw and like so. Fun story. I went to Vietnam and I learned the words for cilantro and I learned the word for no. And I went up and I said whatever it was. I don't remember whatever it was in Vietnamese. I was like no cilantro, and I think they understood the word cilantro because in my pho there was like 6 pounds of cilantro.
No.
I was like, well, this is great. The next day I ate at Pizza Hut in Vietnam.
You know what though? Like this is the thing. I'm never gonna shit on that because I watch a lot of YouTube. I watch a lot of stuff about food. I'm a very food centric person. So like I see that there are all these different other options in all these other countries at those restaurants, and I think of it as like a way of like almost like Americanizing that food for a palate that might not quite adjust to it. Like I really love taro. I'm a fan of taro, just the whole flavor of taro. And like one of the things I want to try so bad is one of the taro pies from McDonald's that they have in a couple different countries.
Yeah.
I want one of those so goddamn bad. I'm worried though that it's going to be like too American-y taro and not like just like the authentic kind of taro flavor. I think it's going to be too sugary or too like,
any
too
other
muted,
country in the world. You're
like
not going to get something that's too sugary. They don't like.
See, that's good to know because I haven't
they
done
do that for Americans.
Yeah, I haven't done like I haven't done very much international travel at all. So I always like I want to go to a Jollibee, but I want to go to like the OG Jollibee, you know? Like I want to go and do that. I want to go and see these different I want to go and do like a fast food restaurant tour in different countries. As well as have like the authentic food from like a street vendor. Cause like, and we can talk about street vendors all day long with stuff. I think the best like street vendor thing in the city of Pittsburgh is probably Las Palmas tacos.
Yep.
They are a snack. I don't care. I mean,
cilantro in almost everything. It makes me so sad.
Well, it's sad for you, but it's delicious for me.
No, I'm happy for everybody else that gets to put all that stuff on it.
Yeah.
I'm like, can I just have one that's meat that's been wiped off? Like
You just what you do is you just take the meat out of it and rinse it under the sink.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing healthier than the city
wipes.
water.
I bring wet wipes.
Oh, the wet wipes? Oh, nice. I like because it adds a little spice, makes it a little spicy. Do you like spicy food? Are you a spicy guy?
I fuck with spicy food.
I know you fuck with spicy
Oh,
food. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I want that shit to hurt me a little bit, you know?
Just like everything in your life, Andrew.
Yeah, if you want to do a conversation about my dating history, you'd be surprised that there's some overlap.
So what's your favorite like snack as an adult?
As an adult, there's absolutely no contest crab rangoons.
Yeah, those are. But see, now this leads me to another question. Go-to appetizer, because you've mentioned dumplings, now you've mentioned crab rangoon. What's your go-to appetizer? Whenever you go out somewhere and you're like, yes, I have to get this app. This app is where it's at.
All right, so we're assuming that they don't have crab rangoons as one of the options. Because
Well-
most places won't.
Most places won't. But see, crab rangoon. Okay, crab rangoons are dumplings though.
Crab rangoons, period.
Yeah.
Like if I literally any restaurant, I don't care if I'm going to like
I'm that
Like, if I'm going
old
to
El
a-
Paso girl. Like, why not both? Yay! Like, I'm that kid. I'm that gif.
if I go to a place that has like subs and like fries and they're like, "Oh, we also have crab rangoons." I'm like, yes, give me them. I don't care how bad they are. There was like some shithole bar I did comedy at in New York that had crab rangoons. It's like one of the fucking fried apps. I was like, why doesn't every place with a deep fryer just have a bag of these?
Right.
You can throw them in. I will pay way too much for them.
And to be honest, they're not that hard to make.
They're
like
really
you could
not.
like you buy wonton wrappers.
Spoiler alert, there's no crab in them.
No, but that's the thing. You can buy imitation crab and use however much of that you want, cream cheese, and then you buy a sweet chili Thai sauce, throw it on the side.
Yep.
And most places will have that sauce because they usually have like a sweet chili Thai wing.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no reason that crab rangoon can't be on the appetizer menu at every restaurant in America.
My cat is losing it right now. What is going on? Gravy, if I had some crab rangoons, I'd share them with you. Don't worry, kitty. Don't worry.
I wouldn't. Fuck you, gravy.
She'll take
All
like
those
2 licks
rangoons
and go
are
back
mine.
to sleep.
Gross. But okay, so
So if if I'm in a place that does not have a Rangoon.
Yeah, if it doesn't have a Rangoon, let's say it's more of an Americanized app menu.
Even though everywhere should have them if they have a deep fryer.
Even though they all should. We've found my political stance today.
I'm gonna probably if I'm just doing apps and I'm not eating a whole meal after, I'm gonna do something potatoes like fries or maybe tots like cheese fries, something like that, or if they got like loaded potato skins, maybe.
Yeah.
I like a potato as an app, not as some. If I'm having a whole meal after that, I don't want potatoes. It's too filling.
Yeah, you don't want it. You don't want it as like an accompaniment.
Right.
Yeah, I got you. I respect that. I'm a big fan of the loaded cheese fry, like the
bacon
cheddar
bacon
ranch
bits.
on the side.
Hell yeah.
So. What's your favorite kind of fry? My favorite is like a fresh cut, but then like waffle comes in like real fucking close to a fresh cut and then curly.
I'm gonna go the fresh cut. That's the ones where you're still gonna get some skin on it, some peel.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with that for sure. Give me all the flavors, and I want them to be. I would rather have them a little more soggy than overdone. Underdone than overdone.
I like a little bit of a mix. I like some that are a little soggier. If it's going to be like a loaded
well, if they know
fry.
what they're doing, you're giving me a couple kinds of fries in one basket.
My favorite kind of fries in any like fast food French fry wherever are always like the really tiny ones that are like super crispy and they're just like oh, they're my favorite. They're like one of my favorite things.
Fuck yeah.
All right. So, what is a snack that is pretty much universally loved by everyone that you abhor?
Can I say the celery that comes with wings?
Yeah.
Fuck that shit. I don't want it.
Yeah, fuck that celery. Celery, like I said in a previous episode, I don't want to be able to floss with my food. I don't like it. I don't like it. I mean, I enjoy like I will load buffalo chicken dip into a celery and like I think that tastes good because like it gives it like a rounded flavor. It gives me the crunch that like is missing from the buffalo chicken dip from the skin not being there. And then I have like the spicy and like the savory with like whatever dairies in that dip and stuff. So I need it fancied up.
Yeah, celery's on my shit list, so I don't want it in any context. But I respect you if you want it with your buff chick dip. That's fine. I like my buff chick dip with no onions in it. Some people put onions in. Like,
who puts onions in buffalo chicken dip?
I don't know. I bought some from the store and there was like pre-made stuff and it was in there and I was like, this is why you don't buy pre-made buff chick dip. This
honestly,
is fucked up.
But you don't need to make pre-made buff chick dip. It is the easiest thing to make. Just boom, can of chicken. Boom. Cream cheese and or dairy-free cream cheese in your case. And I personally, when I make mine, I don't go with cheddar as like the cheese inside, and I don't do blue cheese because there's too many of my friends who don't like blue cheese because they're wrong.
Agreed.
But I will get the like bagged shredded like Mexican mix of cheese and throw that in there. Because then there's like that little bit of like extra spice and a little bit of like flavor difference in the cheese as opposed to going just straight cheddar. I don't think you can go straight cheddar with that. I think it's too boring. I think it's
you can get a little more cheeses in there. I will say I know that it's not that hard to make buff chick dip. It's hard to make a small amount. Like I do not want a fucking giant thing of buff chick dip and it's like
why?
Because I will eat the entire thing and I don't want to do that.
I mean, it's not that bad for you though.
Really?
I mean, like,
wait, what?
Like, think about it. Buffalo chicken dip is a pretty high protein. Like, if you're making a traditional, and using like cheese, like regular cheese, I'm not going to go into the non-dairy cheese alternatives, even though I know that might be what you're going with.
Cheese is still mostly okay for like, lactose intolerance.
Okay, yeah. Well, I think it depends on what kind of cheese. Like the harder cheeses are different.
Right.
So, like, I don't want to dive into that. But if you're making like a straight up buffalo chicken dip. That is like keto diet, low carb paradise because it's just chicken and cheese and Frank's Red Hot.
Well, it's a lot of fat and salt, which is the...
Not necessarily because that chicken, it depends on where you get the chicken from because you can get,
I found it in the alley. What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, that's the best place.
Alley Chicken. Go to alleychicken.com. Use code SnackLife.
Oh Jesus! Don't promote that. No, we're not gonna give a bunch of people we're not gonna give them those issues. That'd be terrible. All right. Do you have any like quirks about food, like mixing certain foods and flavors? Like, I'll tell you one of mine right now, and I know this is gonna be heavily discussed and it's controversial. I like to mix two very weird things together. I love like nacho cheese Doritos, right? And I also love Moose Tracks ice cream.
Like,
and I will
dipping
use
the Dorito into
I
it?
will use that
Oh,
Dorito
yeah.
as a spoon in some Moose Tracks ice cream because it's got the little peanut butter cups. Because like the little peanut butter cups with the because that's the savory and the sweet, and then you've got the nacho cheese Doritos, and then you've got the coolness from the ice cream. Holy fuck! That is a thing that I've eaten since I was a kid, and again. Wonder why I have diabetes today. That's the answer.
Yeah.
But is there like a thing that you mix that other people are like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I mean, like, you could do like the easy answer. I put ketchup on mac and cheese. People are like, what?
See, that's not weird to me, man. That's noodles
that's not
and
weird
tomatoes.
to me either.
That's not weird to me.
One thing that I do, sometimes I'll make SpaghettiOs and use tortilla chips to eat them.
Oh, see, no, but wait. What kind of SpaghettiOs, though?
Either regular or meatball. There is
Okay.
a kind of SpaghettiOs that has literal hot dogs in it. And don't get me wrong, I am a fucking hot dog guy.
Yeah.
But hot dog does not go into SpaghettiOs. That's a very weird combination. I don't like it.
Wait, now, what if you made the hot dog and then added to the SpaghettiOs? Would that change your mind about hot dogs and SpaghettiOs?
No, I don't think that flavor of that type of tomato flavor goes with hot dogs.
Okay. All right. I'll bite that. See,
It's a personal thing.
Yeah. See, I get the tortilla chips though with the SpaghettiOs with the meatballs because then to me it's like a chili.
Oh yeah.
And like, so I'm gonna tell this story real quick. My grandmother does not have a super adventurous palate. Because she's a grandma. She's in her 80s now. She was in her 70s whenever this happened. She was in her 70s. Ooh, okay. So we were
Septuagenarian story.
She was, as opposed to an octogenarian story, yes, or a nonagenarian story. Anyway, so we go. My family goes on vacations in Disney a lot, and this is one good thing about Disney, I think, that they. And this goes almost with the same thing of like Americanizing like the fast food stuff in other countries and making like, that country's food more palatable to Americans who might see those golden arches.
Yeah.
Disney kind of does the same thing with a lot of their more adventurous food choices for certain people. And I think over the years, like, it's changed and stuff like that. But I think that it's a great place for people who are not super adventurous to maybe try something that they might not normally try at home because I feel like it's going to be the tamest version of that thing. So we went to the ESPN restaurant, like one of those themed chain restaurants.
Oh yeah, they serve like footballs and hockey sticks as the food, right?
Exactly. No. And
ESPN, get in the dinner line.
You can edit that part out.
That was also EA Sports, not ESPN.
Yeah.
Listeners, I'm an idiot.
Yeah, well, they know that already. They've heard. No, but no. So we went to the ESPN place, and it was me, my mom, my sister, my grandma. Before my sister was married and had kids, all this stuff. So we ordered nachos.
Oh,
like a grande nacho platter, like just one of them giant things of nachos, right? My grandma had never had nachos before. In her mid-70s, never had nachos. And she tried them. And she tried them for the first time. And she became obsessed with nachos. She got back home and thought nachos were like the best thing. So what she would do, and she still does this, she'll make big batches of chili and stuff like that and freeze it. So she had a bunch of chili in her house at home. So she went and she bought tortilla chips for the first time in the store. She bought the rounds because that's the kind that she had. So she bought the tortilla rounds and then she thawed out some of her chili and she put the chili on top of the nacho chips, on top of the tortillas, and then put shredded cheese on top of it. And she's like, Amanda, look, I made nachos for myself. She was making nachos for herself, like on the reg for months after this. So that's my nacho story.
It's a beautiful story.
I'm not good at telling stories, but man, I was so excited to like introduce my grandma to nachos. Like that to me, because she does not fuck with things that aren't like hers and homemade and stuff like that. Like she does not do that. She doesn't do that stuff at all. Like she's not adventurous with her palate, and she'll just be straight up like, I don't like this. Like, I mean, like Applebee's might be way too adventurous for her sometimes. You know what I mean? Like it could, like that could be like a fuck around and find out situation for her. But like the fact that I introduced my grandma to nachos, and she loved nachos so much that she came back to her place in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and made herself some nachos. That just makes me real proud. I'm real proud of my grandma.
I'm proud of her too. I have a follow-up question. No, I have 2 follow-up questions.
Okay. All right.
First of all,
yeah.
Have you introduced her to nacho cheese Doritos with Moose Tracks ice cream yet?
I have not, but she has bought those Doritos because my sister loved those Doritos as a kid. So she's bought those Doritos before. And I'm a fatty boom baddie. So you know she's bought ice cream. Like whenever we were younger, she would constantly have Klondikes in her freezer. Like Klondikes were like my grandfather's go-to ice cream snack. Like Klondikes
used to be so much bigger than they
are
now.
Oh my God, they used to be thick boys. Oh, and the crunch Klondikes, those are the shit.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Second follow-up question.
Okay, go ahead.
Does your grandma still make chili?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Can I get some? We can talk off the pod.
I mean, you could definitely get. I mean, I don't know if
frozen,
you could get.
You could just bring it over.
I mean, I could probably get you some chili off my grandma. I can call it in my my nephew calls in orders to like her. She'll be like, "Hey, grandma, it's been a couple months. Can I get some spaghetti sauce? Can I get some pasta sauce?" Yeah. And my grandma used to like make. Okay, I'm going to say this though: the quality of the chili has not decreased. The quality of the pasta sauce has gone downhill just a little bit. And I will say this: it's because grandma used to fry up bacon and put bacon in her fucking spaghetti sauce.
What the fuck?
Yes, that's my grandma. My grandma would ground beef and bacon and spaghetti sauce. Hell yeah! Again. It's why we all have the problems we do today. Like I grew up with my grandma cooking like that. I lived with my grandma for a large chunk of my childhood. So like I grew up with like home cooked fresh meal every day because she didn't have another job. She just stayed home, made food. So it was great. But yeah, man, you gotta throw some bacon in your listeners. If you make spaghetti sauce, you gotta make some bacon.
Trying that within the week.
And it was like homemade sauce. Like she opened the cans at the tomatoes. Like that's the kind of sauce. I'm not saying fry up some bacon and throw it in a ragu. Okay, it's not how this shit works.
That is what I'm trying this week. No.
Okay, you ready for a speed round?
Yeah.
So, speed round. This is going to be just a bunch of questions just off the top of your head. We're just going to dive right in.
Oh, I'm ready. Should we maintain eye contact the entire time?
We can if you want.
Wait, no, you have to look at the questions.
We're talking. No, I can name these questions off the top of my head. If you want,
okay.
If you want, I can get these. I mean, this is going to be real intimate because it's about snacks. Real intimate. That's how it's going to be. Okay. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
You ready for this? Now just imagine yourself like at a vending machine, gas station, stuff like that. That's what we're going with this speed round, okay? Mm-hmm. So what is your go-to candy?
Go-to candy is going to be Payday.
Okay. Go-to crunchy food.
Ooh, Cool Ranch Doritos, but I wish they had more fucking seasoning on them.
Right. Go to like salty.
Salty. I'm gonna get beef jerky, and specifically
beef jerky.
The barbecue. And I know it's not the highest quality. I posted a picture of me eating beef jerky on Twitter, and some fucking
this
dude.
Is speed round,
sir. Some dude was like, "Hey,
round.
just so you know, there's better beef jerky. I do not fucking care. Give me the sugary barbecue flavored beef jerky." The next question.
Okay. Thank you for permission. Go to a healthy snack at a gas station.
I will absolutely grab like one of those little cups of watermelon or pineapple.
Okay. Go to caffeinated beverage.
Cherry Coke.
Go to non-caffeinated beverage.
Blueberry iced tea.
Blueberry iced tea. What brand?
Snapple makes one, but there's a couple different ones.
Okay.
It's I think they're usually white tea. I don't know if white tea goes with blueberry better than other colored teas. Whatever.
It's a lighter flavor. Go to snack in high school. The high school vending machine snack.
I don't know if we had vending machines at Brashear where I went to high school. Maybe we did. I don't remember. I didn't eat snacks like that in high school. I didn't have any fucking money.
Okay, I got that.
I had enough to get lunch and nothing else.
Favorite snack to eat while you're at work?
While I'm driving the ice cream truck, I like to just. I love to eat fucking sunflower seeds and just spit them out the window the whole day I'm driving around.
Do you ever spit them at the kids?
No, but I always want to.
Are they salted, unsalted, dill flavored?
This is gonna sound insane, but of course it's gonna be my answer. There are Taco Bell Taco Supreme flavored sunflower seeds, and they are fantastic.
Where did you find these?
The store. I don't know.
No, is there like a specific convenience store? That's what I was asking.
I've seen them at Sheetz, but I bought a giant bag from a going out of business dollar store once. They were like less than $1. They were like 2 for $1 or something.
Nice. Dude, and I'm going to say this to the people out there. I know dollar store might be raising their prices, so they're not dollar store no mo. But best place to get snacks is probably the dollar store. Like outside of a gas station, I gotta be a Dollar Tree, Dollar General, something like Dollar Tree over Dollar General all day. But it's the best place. Okay, which do you prefer? Bitter, sour, sweet, salty, or umami?
Oh, we covered this.
Oh, we already did cover that. That's
and
right.
It's
we
umami.
Said
it's still umami. It's gonna be umami till the day I die.
Umami. That's how you gotta say it. Umami.
I need to change my answer.
Do you have to say it like that now, though?
Oh, boy.
Umami. When is your favorite time to snack?
The time that I find myself snacking the most is definitely late at night, but it's not my favorite because it always makes me feel bad about myself. It's like, that's a loaded question.
I mean, like,
I barely eat until like the middle of the day.
Yeah.
But then at night I'm like, oh, I just had enough spaghetti to feed a family. I should have a bowl of Reese's Puffs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got to balance it out. You got to have that crunchiness because you know that bowl of spaghetti. All right, now this is a new question we're going to ask on this podcast. What is a snack that you've stolen from a friend's house, or like maybe you were like watching somebody's kid, you stole the snack? What was a snack that you stole?
I stole a Mountain Dew that was tropical citrus, something like that, from a dog walking client's house like 3 days ago. I was like, this is a flavor of Mountain Dew I've never even heard of.
Oh my
I'm
God.
gonna take this. Like, he had like 5 or 6 cans left in the fridge. Don't ask me why I was looking in his fridge.
It was for the dog's wet dog food.
I'm not going to be in a stranger's house and not look at what they have in their fridge, by the way.
Right? You have to do that. That's how you learn to trust people.
Holy shnikes.
What the
That
fuck did you
escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
That was perfect, though. That really got out of hand fast. No fucking shit.
Amanda just hit the table so hard that it activated the soundboard. I don't know. I didn't know that was a capability of my fucking podcast studio equipment, but here we are.
You know what? Amanda slaps. That's what we learned today.
Correctamundo.
Fuck it.
All right. I think we're going to wrap it up. Here. I want to give a big shout out to my guests. Thank you very much for being here, Andrew Hilary. Promote and plug whatever you want to promote and plug. Your Twitter, your myriad of podcasts. And
thank you for having me. This was really fun. I like talk about snacks. Shout out, just honorable mention to hot dogs. Didn't get to talk about you much today, but you are always alive in my heart. As for me, I am on Twitter way too much. You can follow me at Andrew Hilary US. I also host a podcast called The Worst Week Yet. Amanda's been on it before. It's a pretty fucking good podcast. We talk about politics and current events. We're all kind of leftists. We're all extremely stupid, and we have a good time. We try and use humor to navigate the trauma of being aware of what's happening in the world. God, I'm getting way better at that. Yeah, party with me. Fuck it. Thank you again, Amanda.
Oh, thank you again so much for being here, Andrew. And thank you so much to you as well, because you are the producer and editor and all things tech about this podcast, because I don't know how to do any of that stuff. And big shout out and thank you to the person who penned the delightful theme song to the Snack Life podcast, James Jameson. I've been your host, Amanda Averill. Stay snacky, my friends.